maybe the first lesson that I learned in my professional career was when I first applied for the first job. I was still a student, and I wanted to work from the university, so I applied for a part-time job at a big five at that time. Another one that I work now, and I sent the CV. There were no emails, no phones at that time, no mobile phones, right?
Right.
And after like 3 weeks of sending the CV, I don't know why, because I was a student and I was sitting in a student house, and they couldn't contact me. I gave a fixed phone of a friend, the mother of a friend who was in the city where I was studying. And then I called the HR lady from that organization, and I asked, "Did you receive my CV?" I don't know why I did that, because nobody was teaching at 25 years ago how to approach, an interview and so on. And she was telling me, yes, yes, we actually called the phone that you provided, but the lady from there said she doesn't know you. And I realized I forgot to tell, my colleague forgot to tell her mother that, I provided that, and she didn't know my name. So then it was
Oh,
my first lesson that I should take, action and not wait for things to happen in my career. I mean, it's something that probably we know now at this age.
right.
But when I was young, that was not so obvious. Then in time, if I look back, there was the moment of, Big Five becoming Big Four, which at that time I was SAP consultant, and I could have pursued an SAP implementation career path, let's say. But
Mhm.
manager from the audit department asked me if I want to look at this new topic, which was called IT audits. So nobody knew what that IT audit to do what. And I said, yeah, why not? I started, I learned, I became the first certified auditor in Romania at that time. So this is how I
Mhm.
started a completely different, area in that organization, which again proved that, never stop trying something new, because this is how you evolve. This is how you build something interesting, something that motivates you and so on. And like in 2 or 3 years time after I started that, another challenge came, because the manager that asked me that time about this topic left Romania. It was a moment of many people were leaving to work in Western countries. So she left, and then I was alone, and I was like a senior, like 5 years of experience or something like that. And the partner in charge of the firm at that time, the managing partner, came to me and said, "Okay, so what do you want to do now?" Because I was alone. I
Right.
said, "Yeah, I don't know. I want to continue. I like very much what I'm doing." I was like, just beginning to build awareness in the market. And he said, "Okay, if you want to do, then you just develop it." And to be honest, I was so surprised about the trust that he gave me. I was, you know, a consultant only with 5 years of experience, but he just entrusted me to build a service line.
Mhm.
So I realized, and not only he provided trust, but he also said, "Okay, if you need help, I can ask somebody from other countries to help you." So he made me uh, grow in this concept of asking for help, so that we
Mhm.
provide to clients what's the best for the client. So again, another lesson that we should always ask for help, and we should always trust our youngest colleagues, because they come with new ideas, which are always there for talking about the value added services. And if I look then maybe later in my career, in the current role, I think one important lesson I learned was that you should never stop looking at the personal development. No matter
Mhm.
how experienced you are, no matter how many years of experience you have. Actually, when I joined the current organization, I was so surprised about the emphasis put on personal development and a lot of trainings and efficiencies. And initially I didn't really understand, okay, I'm a partner, I'm already with so much experience, and so on. But then I realized how much importance this has and how much community created between the colleagues. And it helped us progress even more. And probably somehow that helped us in these two new challenges which appeared in our lives. I mean, the pandemic crisis, which tested our resilience, which is a word which, to be honest, I knew before, but I didn't really understand what it meant until this period of time. Looking at how can we work differently, how can we support each other differently, how can we show empathy, how can we transform ourselves from consultants, managers in the asking for help of psychologists and so on, to be able to really drive different conversation to help our colleagues and so on. So I think this is a really very, very important milestone in the career, our career. And I'm not talking now about the last one, which is something which nobody wanted to test, the war and the, let's say, humanitarian maybe aspect of our actions and, staying true to our values. It's very, very difficult to handle, but I'm sure in few months we will probably see the learnings from this one.